Let's get you breaking news coming in this morning in regard to the plotter of the 26/11 attacks. We're talking about Tahawwur Rana, and the first image of Tahawwur Rana. He is to be grilled by the National Investigation Agency, the anti-terror agency in the national capital. He is at the headquarters. Do remember, he was arrested upon his arrival here in India. He was produced at the Patiala House Court, and that is where the NIA got his custody over the next 18 days. The quizzing is going to start at about 10 o'clock this morning. That is when the NIA is going to start questioning the mastermind, the plotter of the 26/11 attacks. Now, the NIA is going to be questioning, the senior officials of the NIA will be questioning Tahawwur Rana, his role in the attacks. Of course, there's a lot of evidence pointing towards the involvement of Rana, who had hired David Headley, in order to plot this attack as far as Mumbai is concerned. Do remember, it was Rana who was here in India. He had visited various cities, not just Mumbai, but also Delhi and other cities. He was here between the 11th of November and the 21st of November in 2008. He left 5 days before the attack, but he's the one. He was fronting the operations in India. He opened an office in Mumbai. He managed to secure the visas that were required. He had opened that office, which is a front for all the activities. He was the one who had mapped how these attacks are going to take place in Mumbai. Of course, the questioning is now going to be taking place, and that's going to start 2 hours from now at 10 o'clock. Do remember, it was late last night into the wee hours when that court hearing was going on in regard to the custody of Rana. Now, CCTV has been installed inside the interrogation room, so all that is now going to be recorded. So that is the next step that the NIA is taking in its investigation. Do remember, it was only between 6 and 7 in the evening when that plane that was carrying Tahawwur Rana landed here in the national capital. After that, it took hours, the paperwork, the medical checks, all that took hours before he was produced at the Patiala House Court very late into the night. And that is when the NIA arrested him, took his custody, and the custody that has been given to the NIA is for the next 18 days. So let's just get you the details. We have my colleagues joining us. We have Anushka joining us from the NIA office. We also have Saurabh Gupta joining us from Mumbai from the CST. Well, Anushka, let's go over to you first. Take us, break it down for us, the steps that the NIA has taken so far, and what is it that's going to be happening next in terms of the interrogation. Do we have any information regarding what's going to happen at 10 o'clock this morning at the NIA headquarters in the national capital?
That's right, Divya. Yesterday was a very big day for India. Tahawwur Rana was successfully extradited by the NIA, and we did see the kind of hours it took for him to get outside of the airport. He was produced in front of the NIA court, and after that, the NIA took custody of him for 18 days. We are right outside the NIA headquarters. We'll just get you some visuals from here. We can clearly see the kind of security arrangements that have been put in place here. The paramilitary forces, the Delhi police, also several of the vehicles that are in fact guarding this whole perimeter. At around 10 o'clock, the questioning is about to begin with Tahawwur Rana. That is what we are getting to know from our sources. The officers of the level of SP and DSP will be coming here to investigate him. After that, he will be in fact put in a room that is equipped with CCTV camera. This whole questioning will be video recorded, and after that, he will be in fact also asked about the kind of role he played in the 26/11 attacks. Now, there are some questions that the NIA will be in fact asking him as to how, what his location was when the 26/11 attacks took place. After that, why did he come to India, and when he was in India, then where he was staying. After that, when did he get to know that a big terror attack is going to happen at Mumbai and several different locations there. Also, how did he know David Coleman Headley, who was the main conspirator of this whole 26/11 attacks? After that, how did he helped David Headley recce different locations and select the locations where the bomb blasts took place? Also, what his role was in this whole 26/11 terror attacks? How did he manage to get a visa for David Coleman Headley? Also, in this whole process, what his role was while hatching the plan to in fact execute this whole terror attack, and how is he related to Lashkar-e-Taiba? Also, how did he know Hafiz Saeed? Hafiz Saeed is also one of the terrorists that was in fact involved in this whole attack. After that, how did he recruit? How were those whole terrorist group recruited, and from where did he get to know as to how to plan this whole attack? Also, how if Pakistani army or ISI was helping them or not? What was their role? Also, how did they select the target, and does ISI also give them instruction to hatch these kind of plans? Also, in Lashkar and Huzi, because we do know that David Headley took rigorous training for about 3 months. Then how did Lashkar-e-Taiba help them train for all of this? He was also in fact trained for counter surveillance and grenade and bomb techniques. But also it will be asked, and it will be in fact a very interesting question, and it is in fact also a very important question as to how did ISI level people in fact gave them the training to hatch these kind of attack on India. Remember, 166 people lost their lives in this whole attack. It was a very black day for India, because we did see the kind of terror in fact that happened there. These are the kind of questions that will be in fact asked from Tahavvur Rana. We did see that we do know that this is the first time any of the Indian agency will be questioning him regarding his involvement in 26/11 attack. This is an established fact right now that he was involved in providing logistics and financial support to David Headley, who is right now serving a 35 years imprisonment in USA. Over to you.
Right, of course, Anushka, thank you for breaking it down for us. We have Saurabh as well joining us from Mumbai. Saurabh, attacks took place in various parts of Mumbai. We're talking about very key locations of the Taj and the Oberoi Hotel, the Nariman Point, the Leopold, this is the Leopold Cafe, and also the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus. This is where you're at, the CST. Take us through what really happened, during those attacks at the CST, where, many people lost their lives. And, this is the most crowded area, so to speak, of Mumbai when we talk about the CST.
At this point, this is about Tahavvur Rana, and Tahavvur Rana was someone who, of course, was closely associated with the plot. The plot happened, of course, much earlier, before these attacks took place on the 26th of November 2008. Now, Tahavvur Rana, of course, like Anushka was mentioning, it's an established fact that he was part of the conspiracy, that he was regularly in touch with David Headley, and that he provided financial and logistical support to David Headley to come to Mumbai and carry out the reconnaissance that he did, based on which targets were selected, based on which, the attacks were planned. The inputs from Headley were critical for the Pakistani establishment that also includes the ISI. In fact, David Coleman Headley's deposition in an Indian court, while he may not have been tried in an Indian court, while he may not have been extradited to India, a few years ago, David Coleman Headley did actually depose before an Indian court. And in that deposition, it was very clear the involvement, the extent to which the Pakistani establishment was involved, and the extent to which people like Tahavvur Rana were involved in giving him support to get the details, to get the necessary information, to get pictures, photographs, videos, to plan these attacks. Now, of course, on 26/11, what Tahavvur Rana did and what David Coleman Headley did actually materialized with attacks on multiple locations in Mumbai. I remember that day I was in the newsroom. It started off as a suspicion of a gang war, but very soon it became clear that this was something else, that this was a planned terror attack, because it was Leopold Cafe, it was CST, it was also other locations, from Leopold onwards to Taj, and then of course the Trident, and then of course the Khabar House. So all of these locations were targeted. Then of course the terrorists, after carrying out the mayhem at the CST station, they used a foot-over bridge which is down this road to cross over and head to Kama Hospital. Now, Kama Hospital is where Sadanand Date, the current DG of the NIA, took on those terrorists. He suffered injuries. He, of course, was someone who was awarded a presidential medal for his services to the country that day, and he continues to serve the country today in the process of the extradition of Tahavvur Rana who will face justice in an Indian court. So this was a very detailed, planned attack. The attackers had information about the spots they were going to. They were trained in how to deal with if any opposition they were facing. They were trained in how to speak, what to do, how to move around the city, how to get how to get from one place to another. They landed in Badwar Park and then to reach these locations. All of that was provided to them based on the reconnaissance done by David Headley, and which that reconnaissance, of course, was very closely facilitated by Tahavoor Rana. And Tahavoor Rana knew and was aware of the plot that Headley was involved in. And that is something that the agencies that are questioning him today will corroborate. There is a lot of detail that's already available. But, when something like this happens, when somebody is extradited and when they depose in a court, when they face justice, it becomes a clear fact. For example, look at the trial of Ajmal Kasab. It brought out so many facts, and in fact, that clearly nailed the role of Pakistan in exporting terror to India. And therefore, Tahavoor Rana's deposition, Tahavoor Rana's trial, Tahavoor Rana's questioning by the NIA, Tahavoor Rana's interrogation will lay bare the fact that Pakistani involvement in this terror attack, and also the way it was plotted and the level and extent to which the establishment in Pakistan was involved in these horrific terror attacks. This was a terror attack on Mumbai. It was a terror attack on India. But remember, American citizens, Jewish people, all were targeted, and this was something that was the targets were multinational. So obviously, it was not just an attack on India or Mumbai. It was a terror attack on the world. And therefore, this is something that India will now have the opportunity to show that, look, there is a system in India which can actually get the perpetrators back if there is a proper legal process. But what perhaps this will also throw light on is how Pakistan has been protecting the other masterminds, Hafiz Saeed, Zakir Rahman Lakhvi, the officers of the ISI, which David Coleman Headley clearly mentioned in his deposition in an Indian court. So that is something that will play out in the days to come as Tahavoor Rana is questioned after his extradition to India.